Nada, please share with us how racism particularly impacts women from your experience.
Thank you very much. It's really fantastic to be with you, Angela, with Hanneke and Dame Heather all together. I think we understand structural racism really to go much beyond the prejudices, the views of one individual or even a group of individuals. It's when racism is embedded, it's reproduced by laws, by rules and practices, and embedded in our systems, economic, social, cultural systems. It's damaging because, of course, it not only compounds whatever marginalization we have, but it can occur on many, many different grounds. Today we're talking about gender, but of course, race, color, and national social origin, disability, age, marital family status, sexual orientation. These are all things that we know have been grounds for exclusion of entire populations. And I think they are very dangerous when they come together as well. And then they create a compounded impact, I think, that really sets people aside. And the cycle of that exclusion is self-reinforcing quite often, and this is where the structural racism comes in, the lack of access systematically to education, to employment, to housing, to productive resources, to health services, and stigma results in a lifetime of deprivation. And quite often it is women. Already women of African descent, you mentioned one example, Angela, but also indigenous and minority women. And let me just use an example. In the US, Afro-descendant women and indigenous women before the pandemic were 2 to 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. Of course, that's now much, much worse. And let me talk about COVID, and I'm very sorry we can't all be together in the same place now, but COVID-19 has been a hugely magnifying lens of existing inequality. We say the pandemic does not discriminate, but it has laid bare many, many structural discriminations that exist. In the UK, for example, women of African descent and men of African descent were respectively 4.3 and 4.2 times more likely to die of COVID-19 than white people. And that was just at the end of last year, so only over the first year of the pandemic. And we know that it's all getting much, much worse now.